Life on the edge, it doesn't count if you're already planning your defeat. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. From a stranger, no less. What are you talking about? I asked. What doesn't count? A man stood beside me on the bridge. I hadn't heard him approach, he sort of just appeared. He was handsome, I have to admit that. His three-piece suit looked as though it had been freshly ironed and tailored to perfectly fit his body. He was young and clean-shaven, with dark hair slicked back behind his ears. He looked like some sort of businessman, maybe a banker. He leaned against the guardrail as he spoke, looking out past the churning dark waters to the brilliant city skyline. Life doesn't count, he said matter-of-factly. I couldn't help but chuckle a bit. You're not exactly being very encouraging. I stood on the opposite side of the railing, my arms looped through the steel bars. There was barely enough room for my feet on the narrow concrete ledge, my toes hung suspended in the air above the water below. The warm evening breeze gently worked its way through my hair, pushing stray blonde curls away from my face. The man stood in silence for a moment, staring down at his clasped hands before turning to look me in the eyes. Why are you here? He asked, a hint of impatience in his voice. The same reasons anyone would be here, I guess. I paused, taking in a breath of the summer night air. I've got nothing left to live for. I didn't ask if you had anything to live for. I asked why you're here. The comment caught me off guard. I expected him to pity me at best, panic at worst. The man's mocking tone was beginning to make me angry. My cheeks began to flush in frustration. I'm here to kill myself? Why the hell else would I be here? If you're really here to kill yourself, then nothing I say is going to stop you. My grip tightened on the railing. Who does he think he is to say something like that? Then why don't you just keep walking? I turned away from him, letting out a sigh. The man paused again, as though he was deep in thought. Because you won't jump while I'm here. So I'm going to stay. What if I decide to stand here forever? The man smiled, a sparkle beginning to show in his deep blue eyes. Then I guess we're both going to be here forever. I rolled my eyes at him, doing my best to show irritation at his nonchalant attitude. What do you want from me? What makes you assume I want anything? Why else would you be here? Everyone wants something. So, what do you want? We stood in silence once again. It was probably only for a moment, but it felt like an eternity. A single car made its way across the bridge, rushing past us in an instant. Whoever it was didn't bother to stop. Maybe that's for the best. I didn't want anyone to stop in the first place. I want to show you something. The man stepped back from the railing, reaching into the pocket of his suit jacket and pulling out his wallet. I shifted my feet nervously on the edge. My grip on the railing tightened once again as the man opened his wallet and pulled out a folded sheet of paper. It must have been white at one point, but time had turned it a dull gray color. He returned the wallet back to his suit pocket, clutching the paper in his hands. What's that? The man takes a step closer, leaning over the railing to meet my gaze. His voice took on a softer tone as he spoke. It's a letter. He unfolded the paper with gentle yet firm movements, taking care to not let it blow from his hands in the breeze. The creases were worn thin from years of being folded up. The man held the paper in front of him, staring at the lines of cursive letters looping their way across the page. He took in a sharp breath, and I noticed that his eyelashes were damp with tears he was fighting to hold back. Reaching across his body, the man held the paper up so that I could read it. Brian, I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. I never wanted to hurt you. Please don't blame yourself. This isn't your fault. More times than I can count, you were the reason I got out of bed in the mornings. You were the reason I kept going for so long when I had nothing else to live for. So many times you stayed up all night with me, holding me tight and running your fingers through my hair as I lay there sobbing. You were the reason I stayed. I'm so sorry. I know you said you'd love me no matter what, but I can't stand the thought of being a burden to you any longer. I'm never going to change. This is only going to get worse. And one day it'll be too much for you to handle. I can't put you through that for even one more day. I know it'll be hard for you to move on, but this is for the best. Someday you'll meet someone better for you. Someone who can be everything you deserve. Someone who won't hold you back. Goodbye, Brian. I always loved you. Amelia. The man's hand began to shake as he folded.
Broken yet shinning, open letter. The strongest women facing unknown struggles with bright smiles. Women, ladies, girls. She has a different names as she grew up. It is not easy to play a role of any such character in their life. You people can't imagine how it works, an entire psychological barriers upon them, Particularly these women has many issues in each and every steps they fall apart. Some don't want to help them, the other just pull her rights, talents, everything and tags a band that she is good for nothing. Even their freedom are designed according to their plans. If we started a plan or change those ideal thoughts of others, trust me, they are the unrecognized reptiles on earth. Her speech, her body language depends upon the other opponent opinions. Women who owns her money has separate status, and those who have not an ability to own the money or the property, that's all she is all done. In the past ages they don't even care about the personal issues of the women. But thank God they were open-minded, that they do injustice to women, don't care about their marital life, just mark a price tag with lifelong guarantee insurance on giving birth with lots of babies. If she opens up her feel, then I'll say just shut up. Some things can't be changed. Okay, let's travel the journey on this modern era. Yeah, we are grateful now that it is possible enough to study and achieve goals on our own. Parents have understood our pain that we women encountered these many centuries. We have started a great furnishing career, almost we are equal to that of these modern men. But the name tag reciprocals the other side of thoughts of the people too, i.e., high-cultured women are insane. How dare she is competing with these modern men? Even though she gets married to someone else, she has to face the general egoistic thoughts of all the men and the societal backgrounds by tying a band on her waist that she should not earn more than her partner, or else she should resign her job. According to me, past ages of the women was like an instant poison. The modern era of the women is just like a slow poison. The women who doesn't speaks are the wealthiest generosity personality on earth. The women with so much of desire, struggles a lot to fulfill her life, are the adamant character on earth. See, in this world no one is ready to praise her wholeheartedly when she is bold or calm enough throughout her entire life. These barriers are allotted with several packed demonstrations. The most surprise gift for her when she enters her superior thoughts outside the world, nothing else, the rape, harassment, etc. These high package just demonstrates and welcomes all kinds of women with different varieties of ages. Most of us has been came across the term that love is blind, but here rape is blind. They have created a great perspective through these lines. How sweet, isn't it? Don't trigger your emotion, just shut up. You are a woman, you don't have rights to struggle upon your issues. Because they have a beautiful solution, just pay off and fuck all, no one cares, do as you like it. This society depends on women to target with so many questions, but never questions the men. Rather they ask us, what is your purpose on going far for your dreams? Just stay back in your place, never travel or come on midnight beyond time. These magical advices are meant by the society for women alone. The word ashame is only meant for women, not for the men. Literally, women has created a society that men are superior than women. The other bitter point on this earth is men dominates women when she is innocent or obeys his words. Rather, when she is independent and men gets dominated by her, then all says that, see, the world belongs to the women. The highlight term is men dominates women. No one would ever dare to speak about that. When she does the same with a man, she is an adamant creature on earth. Wonderful. Though we are independent, some things can't be changed. I have an humble question to these societical people. If you have more time to watch and screw the life of a woman, then it must be shared equally for both the genders generally. Do watch your male kids too. I am not telling to slave them like a woman, but teach them how to behave and care a woman soulfully. If he learns, then the harassment cases would be in utmost control, my dear friends and parents. They should know how to respect a woman. Just start from your home, watch your mother and your siblings. If you did, then this caption of the word of rape would not be so common for all. When we often travel or go out or something, we as a girl or a woman face an ugliest encounter of sight. You have guessed right, what am I talking about? Yeah, the breast. It is just a flesh which feeds milk to the young ones, but as you stare we feel like we are insecure. Is this a way you have gifted a society to us? Thanks a lot, but we don't care actually, because all says